garden. It's Charlie's garden. Welcome to Charlie's garden. It's Charlie's garden. Charlie's garden.
Pardon me,
Welcome
ma'am.
to
Is we gonna get paid today?
Charlie's garden. Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Gardening with Charlie. I am Charlie, and we are here today in my grow room again. Grow room has been pretty busy this past few weeks. Got some plants potted up, which needed to be done. I've got some more some more seeds planted. I ran out of space on my shelf, so I decided I didn't exactly run out of space, but I decided that it would be better to, instead of potting some of these plants up, that I went ahead and brought one of my green stalks in, one of my new ones, and I set it up in here so that all I have to do when the weather changes is take the green stalk outside, tier by tier. So this is my seed starting setup. I have 3 shelves in here, and now I have a green stalk. So I brought that, well, I have green stalks, but I brought this one in the house. It's a brand new one, so this soil is fresh. It's not soil that's been used outside. But instead of potting up some of my cool weather crops, like from the bottom 4 tiers are all mini cabbages. I have some beets in these top 2 and some radishes, I think. No, they may all be beets up here. But instead of potting them up, which would disturb the roots more than once, if I had to pot it up and then put it in the green stalk, I went ahead and put them in the green stalk. Then when the weather changes, we'll just take it out tier by tier, set it up outside, good to go. I have some lights up there, and I turn this every so often so that all the plants get good light, and I make sure that the soil stays damp and moist. So this is very good, a very good setup. Glad I decided to do this. Over here, down the bottom, I have a bunch of calendula that is doing really good. They're going to be really, really established by the time we take them outside. I have some yellow collards, some Morris heading collards in here. They're leggy, but they'll be fine. I also have some mustard greens, some bergamot, some sage, some echinacea that I just potted up, some more flowers that I started in that back container that's covered, and some herbs. I think that I have some herbs. I have some chamomile, some lemon balm, some celery, cumin. Yeah. On this next shelf, I have some echinacea. I have some peppers that I wanted to restart because they either didn't start over there or I didn't have any. Like I didn't have any habanero seeds, so I did start some of those. These are some ancient sweets that I had, and I started peppers. Some Cornish de Toro I hadn't started before. And back there are my replacement plants for those that did not come up. And in here are more peppers that some have not come up yet. But I finally got the Desplique to come up. This is a sweet bell. The Cubanelle still have not come up, but I put a ahi mango seed in there to take the place. And I'm waiting for those other ones back there to come up. So those are slow to start. Up here, I have my snapdragons. They're growing really well. I started some asparagus back there. Move this out of the way. I started some asparagus back there, some more marigolds, and these are some leggy kale, which will also be fine when I go ahead and plant them out. Come over here. These are the tomatoes that I started. They look so cute with their little heart-shaped signs. But I just started these, I said, on Saturday. So, of course, they have not germinated yet. But those are under the light. Want to get them close to the light so they don't get leggy. And on the heat mat so that they can germinate well. I have plenty of basil back there, some rosemary, and some lovage. These are some asters that have not done anything as of yet. This is some evergreen bunching onions. I didn't get a bunch of them. I got 2. But yeah, and I have some globe basil, which I want to start more because I want to put one globe basil in between or right next to each of my tomato plants. I have plenty of petunias that I need to separate and put them in their new homes. And these are calleas. Down here, I have some onions. Well, I started some onions in here and a lot of them didn't come up. So I started more and now these are doing well. I also started some shallots that barely came up. But I did start some more candy onions back in the back. And then those are just starting to come up. So they were only about a week or two old. Some marigolds. These are the ones I started first. And over there I have some black-eyed Susan that look like they need to be watered and separated, but I'll wait on separating those. Down here, some thyme, some alyssum, some more bunching onions, some leeks, lemon basil, cinnamon basil, rosemary. I'm seeing a little bit of fungus, some lavender, which of course is taking its time coming up, but I'm going to put some cinnamon down there to help with that. Down here I have some coreopsis, some pansies, plenty of flowers to go in the garden this year. Going over here, I have some Long Island Brussels sprouts, some nasturtiums back there that are doing good, some shallots that actually did come up, some dill, plenty of dill, my peppers, which are doing good, my pride and joys here, some celosia, calleas, a couple of straw flowers back there too, and some zinnias. So I'm going to separate those as well. Down here, some chard, some lemon mint, which was all together, so I've just split that up. And these are my eggplants that are doing good back here. I have some broccoli and cauliflower down here, some lovage, and some peppermint. So those are all the seedlings that I have. I'm going to start probably some more, not probably, I'm definitely going to start some more alyssum and some more nasturtiums because I want more than that I have there. I did see a couple of videos regarding companion planting and trying to draw in more beneficial insects. And apparently alyssum is good for that. I also want to start some fennel and some alyssum, fennel. I have dill. Yes. So some more alyssum and fennel. So I want to start those to add to what they call like an insect. It's not a barrier, but an insect strip to bring more beneficial insects in, like the lacewing, the hoverflies and ladybugs that feed on these plants, and bees of course. But I want to bring those beneficial insects in and try and bring them in earlier so that hopefully I'll have some earlier fruit than I usually get, because I usually don't get bees when I look back on my notes until like July. And I wind up having plants that are sitting with flowers, and the flowers die. I don't have any pollinators to come in. So, and I'm only hand pollinating, but so much. So I want to try and get the bugs to come in earlier, the beneficial insects to come in earlier, so that the garden will prosper earlier than usual. So I promised you guys updates from my girls, from Melissa and Melanie. So let's turn it over to them, and I'll see you back in a few minutes.
Hi, welcome back to my house again. So here's my long-awaited update on my hydroponic tower. It's been about a month or so since my last update. We've had a lot of growth, a lot of progress, good and bad, but not necessarily bad for my tower, bad for my other plant that is hanging over top of it. The amount of light that is emitting from my hydroponic tower is now basically bleached the other plant that's hanging over top of it. So I'm gonna have to find a new space for my hydroponic tower to live. But until then, I'll just show you guys the update on what's been growing. And as I was saying about the lights bleaching my other plant, this poor baby has been doing so good for so long, but now its leaves that are closest to the light are very thin and very you know, very weak, very thin. I do need to water it. But compared to, this is the same plant. This is the same plant. I took pieces from the snippings from this plant and put them over here. This plant is still doing perfectly fine, but as you can tell, these leaves are much more green, full, healthy. These are pale, sad, and need some help. So we're gonna find a new home so that I don't completely kill my baby over here. Okay, so here's the tower in all its glory, right? Look at how much growth we've got. I still haven't labeled anything, so you know, we're just seeing what's growing as it grows. I actually kind of want to get like a stand or something that I can easily rotate so that I won't have to keep, you know, trying to rotate it with my hand like I just did, which is not as easy as it seems because the lights are not connected to the tower, so I have to move them separately. But getting into the growth again, just getting a close-up look at all of our growth so far. We do remember that this, I have my hand in the camera, that the third row from the bottom is empty. And our top two rows are both herbs. Herbs, I've been told, are famously slow to grow, so I'm not giving up hope on them, especially since this one's doing pretty well. Along with this one. This is actually, these were split out from this one because I had so many in here. There's still so many, so many seeds from this one. I tried to spread it out to this one. I think I spread it out to a third pod or a third cone, but I don't remember at this moment. Oh, I guess not. I think it was just those two. But some of these spaces are still empty. I'm guessing from not having grown, obviously. But we've still got, you know, a little growth in mostly all of our cones. Our tomatoes are doing really well. These are tomatoes for sure. These are also tomatoes for sure coming up. Our bottom row was cabbage and lettuce. Our 3 cones here are doing really well. We're gonna be able to take some from here soon. So excited. Okay, so that was our tower and the plant growth that we've gotten so far. I am hopefully gonna get labels on this one day. Actually, I'm just gonna wait for the next round because obviously I'm not gonna remember what type of what was what where. So I'm just gonna know that this was cabbage, this was lettuce, this was a tomato, you know. So the next time, the next go around I plant, I definitely will label. But I did want to talk about the watering system and the schedule that it's on. So I let mine water for 12 hours a day for 15 minutes every hour. So actually not 15 minutes. It was suggested that it was 15 minutes every hour, but because of the flow rate of my tower, and I haven't figured out how to adjust the rate at which the water comes out, because it's so heavy, I diminished the time from 15 to 10. So it waters for 10 minutes every hour for 12 hours a day. And the light stays on for that entire time. So that's probably obviously why it's bleaching my other plant. It's getting too much light. So I think I'm gonna have to adjust either. I don't wanna adjust the light on the tower. So again, I'm just gonna have to find a new home for it to live in, a new space. But also about the water, the level that it's at right now, it started at 20 liters and we're down to about 12 and a half, and it's been like a month. So that's pretty good to me, I think. I also added some plant food, liquid plant food to the water. It is Big Bloom Concentrate from Fox Farm. This is the one that we added. I just added it based on the instructions and the amount of water that my tower holds. So that's the water, the light, the growth, and everything's doing great. I'm excited. Look at all this dog hair. But anyway, that's everything, and I'll keep you updated on how it goes for my first salad. Bye.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my house and my craft room. It's been a few weeks, so I wanted to go ahead and give the update that is way long overdue. Some good stuff, some bad stuff, but let's go see how the plants are doing, or the seedlings are doing. Okay, so as you can see, we've had a lot of growth since the last time you guys were here, and I'm super excited about it. Let's do this tray by tray. So we're gonna start with our cabbages, the pixie cabbage and the little jade. They are pretty much just doing their thing. Some of them are still like a little leggy, and since we have true leaves, it's, I guess, past time to up pot them. Mom has been getting on me about up potting them, so we're going to be doing that today. In this tray, we have our peppers. The light's in the way a little bit, but these are our peppers. The first two are the green bell ones, and these two in front are the pumpkin peppers. And I'm excited about those because I purposely wanted those because like how the shape is going to be if I get any to grow. This tray is the other pepper tray. We have my candy cane red hybrids, the yellow monster in the middle, and these were supposed to be the giant Akakangwa. I'm hoping I'm saying that right, but I guess I only got one to start to grow, and I'm going to take a special care of that one because I'm kind of in a little competition with my mom. She doesn't know about it yet, but we are. In this tray are my other peppers, the nadapinos, banana peppers, and I think orange leche are these ones. I can never say that one right, but yeah, they're taking off. This little banana pepper, he kind of just started growing. I was almost losing hope about him, but he actually just started sprouting a couple of days ago, so I'm gonna keep rooting for him. And this one is one of my herb trays. Not all of them got to take off like I hoped, but the echinacea and lovage, and I think this is rosemary and marjoram. So hopefully I'll take better care of them, or I've been taking care of them, I think, but I've been talking to my mom about it, and yeah, not all herbs grow successfully, and this is my first time doing them from seedlings, so I think they're pretty good. So the bad news one, this was an herb tray. I'm kind of disappointed because this was my basil and thyme, and if you remember from our previous videos, basil is my favorite thing, mostly because, you know, I have smelling leaves. Don't call me weird, but you know, I guess not everything works out the first time, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to restart these and start again. But yeah, so this is what I'm working with so far, and I'm pretty happy with what I have. I actually am going to be up potting these today, like I said, so they can, you know, spread out and have a little more growing room. And I will show pictures of that at the end of how those look. Okay, so I'm back now. After a brief discussion with the expert, aka my mom, we decided that the cabbages were the main things that needed to be up potted. So I just spent a little while making sure that my soil was sterilized first. I haven't had any issues with gnats, thank goodness. But yeah, so I've gone through and this is what they came up with. So now all the cabbages have been up potted and they have their little individual cups. I think I did a pretty good job, especially with the ones that were leggy, because I was told to kind of make sure they were in a little deeper than the rest of them. But yeah, having high hopes for these. So that's it. Yeah. Thanks, ladies. So what I also want to do is share with you what my garden plan is. I have everything all mapped out as to where I want to put certain things, where I want to put my flowers, where I want to put my peppers, how I want to have my orchard set up. And I'm anxious to share these things with you guys. I told you there are a lot of changes coming to Charlie's Garden this year. More trellises, swapping out a couple of beds, adding some taller ones and taller and longer beds. So that I'm really excited about getting that done. I'm also going to start planting more and more perennial items and perennial plants in the garden so that they come back year after year and save me some extra work, although I know I'm still going to plant more and more. The less I have to get started, the more things I want to find to plant. But yeah, so thank you all for joining us. If you liked today's content, I ask you to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so that you get your notifications of when we start sharing new. Hit the notification button, like, share, subscribe. Join us again as we go on our gardening journey, as the girls start their new garden and I continue to add on to my older garden. Yeah, so see you guys next time. Bye.